April 1945. The Third Reich is collapsing. From the west, American and British forces push deep into Germany. From the east, the Red Army stands just 60 kilometers from Berlin. The war in Europe is entering its final chapter. And somewhere on the shattered roads leading to the German capital, Soviet tank engines begin to roar. Two massive army groups are racing toward the same objective. Both want Berlin, both want the victory, and both want history to remember them as the first to arrive. The Soviet offensive begins on April 16, 1945. Under the command of Marshal Georgy Zhukov, the First Belorussian Front launches a massive assault across the Oder River. To the south, Marshal Ivan Konev leads the First Ukrainian Front. Both commanders have received direct instructions from Joseph Stalin. Take Berlin. But Stalin does not clearly define who should take it first, and that ambiguity ignites a silent competition. Zhukov's forces advance toward the Silo Heights, the last major defensive barrier before Berlin. What follows is one of the most brutal artillery bombardments of the war. More than 1 million Soviet troops, thousands of guns, hundreds of tanks. The night sky erupts in fire. The battle that unfolds, later known as the Battle of the Silo Heights, slows Zhukov's advance more than expected. German defenders fight desperately. Minefields, anti-tank guns, and well-prepared positions bleed the Red Army. Time is slipping. And in war, time means everything. To the south, Konev's front advances faster. His armored spearheads break through German lines and begin turning north toward Berlin. Stalin notices. On April 17th, he gives Konev permission to pivot toward the capital. Now the race is official. 2 Soviet fronts, 2 marshals, 1 city, the tank armies. At the heart of this race are the tank armies, massive armored formations built for speed and shock. Among them, the 1st Guards Tank Army and the 2nd Guards Tank Army. Their T-34 tanks surge westward through smoke and rubble. Villages fall in hours. Roads are clogged with retreating German units. Fuel trucks struggle to keep pace. Tank crews sleep inside their vehicles, if they sleep at all. Every kilometer matters. Because somewhere ahead lies Berlin. By April 21st, Soviet forward elements begin reaching the outskirts of the capital. The first districts on Berlin's eastern edge, including areas like Marzahn, come under attack. Artillery begins striking the city itself. The outer defensive lines collapse, and Soviet tanks roll into suburban streets. But here's the truth rarely told. There was no single dramatic moment. No lone tank breaking through a gate. Berlin was vast, chaotic, burning. Multiple units entered different sections of the city at nearly the same time. Reports from the 2nd Guards Tank Army claim their forward detachments were among the first to penetrate the city limits. Other accounts credit units advancing under Konev from the south. Documentation is fragmented. Battlefield reports overlap. Radio messages contradict one another. The fog of war swallows precision. Once inside the city, speed disappears. Urban warfare is merciless. German soldiers, remnants of the Wehrmacht, along with SS units and Volkssturm militia, fight block by block. Panzerfaust rockets streak from windows and cellar doors. A single hidden soldier can disable a tank at close range. Soviet armor adapts. Infantry moves alongside tanks. Buildings are cleared floor by floor. Streets fill with smoke. The advance slows to meters per hour. Behind the front lines, rivalry continues. Zhukov pushes toward central Berlin from the east. Konev's forces drive into the southern districts. Both marshals send updates to Moscow. Both emphasize their progress. But politically, Zhukov holds the advantage. His front faces directly toward the Reichstag, the symbolic heart of Nazi Germany. As the days pass, Soviet forces encircle the city completely. Berlin is cut off. The end is inevitable. By late April, Soviet troops close in on the government quarter. The Reichstag becomes the ultimate objective. On April 30th, as Soviet forces storm the building, Adolf Hitler takes his own life in a bunker beneath the city. Days later, Berlin surrenders. The Battle of Berlin is over. The war in Europe ends on May 8th. So who reached Berlin first? The honest answer is this. There was no single confirmed tank crew that definitively reached Berlin first. Multiple Soviet armored units entered the city's outer districts on April 21st, 1945. Different sectors, different streets, different commanders. The race was real. The rivalry was real. But Berlin did not fall to one heroic tank crew charging through the gates. It fell to overwhelming force